when looking at your dog, they may be lame, they may be picking up their foot, or you're just checking, I want you to know about their feet. Feet are so, so, so important. So let's take a look at her feet. This is Dubby. Dubby has awesome length nails. They're not too long, they're not too short. They are, if you look, you can zoom in, you can see the pad. The pad should come to the toes so that when she's standing, you can actually, if she's standing, slide a piece of paper between her toes and the floor. If it's any longer than that, or if you can hear when she's just walking, click, 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 that actually sends a message. That means her nails are hitting the floor all the way up to her brain that says you're going uphill. And when you're going uphill, it changes your posture. Believe it or not, that leads to back problems. It leads to back problems, and the way you know that is because they actually become lordotic or sway back just from having long nails. And if you trim their nails so that they're not clipping on the floor, that immediately changes their posture, and you can have a dog whose back is like this, that you trim their nails and it's flatter. It may not be perfect, but it's flatter, and that's one way. Then you have to get the stress off her back. But besides that, things to know about feet is if your dog is lame, but it's not so much like a drop, it's a, I don't want to put weight on my foot, it probably is the foot, and you want to pick it up and take a good look at it. If we take a look at the foot, believe it or not, I've had people come to me because their dog was lame and there was mud stuck in between their toes. So you want to get your dog used to you touching their toes without clipping their nails. You say, okay, Laurie, my dog pulls their feet back. Well, it's because every time you touch their feet, it probably creates some kind of discomfort. But coming in here and rubbing right here, I don't know if you've ever had a palm massage or a foot massage, it feels really good. Dogs are the same way. It actually, it releases beta endorphins and makes them feel better. If you come in here and just rub either up or down, your dog's gonna be like, oh, I really like that. And if your dog's kicking you at night, rub their feet and they'll be like, oh, I like that. Another thing you can do is hold their paw. Just holding their paw is like holding a kid's hand. It's nice and relaxing for them. And I would highly recommend you do that before you trim their nails, just to let them know it's okay. And then when you trim their nails, you want to make sure you're stabilizing their toes so it doesn't twist with your trimmer or your Dremel and cause discomfort. Other things to think about when you're looking at their feet. We look at their nails. We want to make sure they're not split. We want to make sure that there is not goo coming between the nail and the skin, right? They can get infections in there that are really uncomfortable. They can get thick toes. So you can feel the outside toe and the inside toe. If you notice, they're the same length, and these guys are the same length. And these guys should bend the same amount, right? These two bend the same amount. And these two should bend the same amount. If they don't, there's a problem in one of the joints. Another thing that we sometimes see is a toe that comes out to the side or goes inward, and that means there's pain or swelling or arthritis on either the outside of the joint or the inside of the joint. And again, there's things we can do to fix that. We can make them feel more comfortable. Have you ever been to like the mall or the amusement park and you walk all day and you sit down and you're like, oh, my feet hurt. And someone says, hey, let's go for a walk. You're like, right? Dogs are the same way. If their feet hurt, they're not going to get up and run around. And if they lay around all the time because their feet hurt, everything atrophies. And it's so easy to make their feet feel better. All right, next time, we'll talk a little more about feet.